Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Car Boss, where we talk about the business of automotive dealership. Welcome back, Commander.
Good morning, Taj, and namaskar to everyone.
Commander, taking delivery of a new car is the high point in the sales process. It's a family celebration for most customers. Dealerships add a lot of glitz to make the occasion a memorable one. Should dealerships orchestrate the occasion to add long-term value to the business? What are your views?
Right. I think what you said is very true. The high point of a customer, buying process is taking delivery of the new car. Now, it's also very important to notice that the delivery process of the delivery period, or when the customer comes to take the car, is the last opportunity that the sales team gets to meet the customer collectively. When I say collectively, all the people which are part of the sales process are available there. So, in my opinion, it's very important to make this occasion very memorable, make it very celebratory, all that you can do. But I think we should not lose sight of the fact that this is an opportunity that we must make full use of. And I say full use is that if you have a very delighted customer, when he takes the car, that's the last point, and he's very excited about taking delivery, and he has a very good experience. He goes back as a brand ambassador for the dealership. And he also becomes a very lifelong customer. Now, if you remember in one of our earlier podcasts, we mentioned about the importance of referral inquiries in the whole sales process. A very delighted customer is the one who's going to give us the maximum number of referral inquiries. So this whole occasion of delivering the car is one where we must make sure that we take the right focus should be there, and we must put this into various activities that will sort of enhance the possibility of the customer being very delighted. Now, there are very simple things. There is nothing very complicated in this. The first thing is selecting the time for delivery of the car. Now, there are customers who say, look, deliver the car at home. I have no time to come to the showroom, etc. And there are some consultants who are very happy to do that because it saves them a lot of trouble. The customer coming to the showroom, putting demands on him. Here it's a very shortcut. Go deliver the car and come back. Now, this is something that we must completely avoid. We must, encourage the customer to come to the showroom. It's to come experience the way we deliver the car to you, and we would like all of us to meet you, etc. They will come. So I think one is to make sure they come to the showroom to take delivery of the car. The second is don't deliver the car in the night hours. Daylight hours is the time to deliver cars because customers should be able to see the car well. Someone comes and takes a car in the night, he hardly even sees it well. So the delivery time should be during daylight hours. The other part is also to inform the customer that this whole process of delivery, because we need to do documentation, we have to explain to you certain things. And of course, the ceremony, everything that together will take about 90 minutes. Now, why this is important is, I've seen many times the customer comes to the showroom with his family, etc., thinking that the whole process is 50 minutes, he can come, take the car and go away. Then he gets very disappointed and says, oh, you're taking a lot of time. Why is so much time? So I think it is always nice to inform the customer 90 minutes is the time that we require. And then he comes mentally prepared to spend the time with you. That's the first part in terms of the fixing the time for delivery. The second is preparing the car for delivery. Now, this is extremely important. For a customer, when he takes the car, he would like to see this as, brand new, as if it's just been packed and delivered to him. So the team that is handling the delivery, I'm sure all the showrooms have a delivery team, must ensure that the car is clean, spick and span. There should be nothing, not even a speck of dirt, anyway. This must be done. There should be no scratches, no dents. All these things should be checked. The other thing to check is whether all the accessories that he wanted have been fitted, they are working properly, they are not interfering with other gadgets in the car. So there should be someone who can do something like a pre-delivery inspection. There should be a proper checklist to check. We have seen many times when you fit some accessory, something else stops working. So very important for someone to go through all the static checks. You're not taking the car on a test drive, but static checks of the car to see everything is working. The air conditioning is working, the fans are working. All those things must be done before the customer comes. Now, the sales consultant should not leave this to others. There are team to support you to do this cleaning, etc. But he must personally go and see for himself so that he doesn't get surprised when the car comes in, there is something is not there. Maybe the customer asks for something else, maybe a special number which has not come.
Yes.
So all these things must be checked before the customer comes. And one very important thing that many times people miss out is ensuring that the car has got enough fuel to go home, reach home safely, and probably move on a little bit. Because we have had this very horrendous experiences of a customer moving out of the showroom and suddenly the car stops because there is no fuel. This is the worst thing that can happen. So these are the checks that must be done so that the car is prepared. The next, of course, is the customers coming to the showroom, receiving it. Now, please make sure that when the customer comes at the appointed time, he is received well. When I say received well, it cannot be that the sales consultant is missing, he's not there, somebody else, he's coming, looking around, where is this guy? He's not there. Somebody else goes to meet him. These are things that can, sort of create a bad taste in the mouth. So there should be a team, the CRM, the consultant, receiving the customer. And the first thing that any customer comes in wants to see where his car is. So just show him the car. You don't have to take him and explain the car. Tell him the car is there. Let's do the documentation work. So the first thing to do is the documentation.
Right.
Now, one very important thing that we need to make sure is before the customer comes to the showroom, if there is any amount due from the customer, he should be informed much in advance.
Correct.
Because he comes to the showroom thinking that he can come and take the delivery, and then you tell him, sir, you owe us so much money. And that can be very nasty.
No
so
surprise.
Please make sure, it really puts off a customer and says, suddenly you never told me this, and now you're telling me I have to pay you money.
Yeah.
So these are things that should have been informed to the customer. If there is anything due to the customer, make sure that the money is transferred in time, or whatever instrument has to be handed over to him, it should be handed over at the time he comes in. So the whole documentation process to show him about registration, your insurance papers, all these documents which are there to be explained to the customer. Also the, in terms of the warranty policy and the service schedule. Now, I'm not going to the details of this because all OEMs give you what are the checklists to be done. So that must be gone through without having to, waste too much of time on this. Once that is over, the documentation, customer has made a payment, all the documents are there, take him along to the car. This delivery process starts now.
Yeah.
Now, very important is to ensure that apart from the sales consultant, somebody senior from the showroom, it could be the branch manager, could be the sales head, it could be the CEO, it could even be the dealer principal. Someone makes it an effort to meet the customer when he's coming to the actual delivery process. Now, why this is important is oftentimes some customers do have issues which they don't want to highlight. They don't want to tell the consultant because they feel, look, I don't want to antagonize this guy. Let me forget about it. But he doesn't forget it. These are things that works in the back of his mind, and you can actually, translate into him not being a delighted customer.
True.
But if you have someone senior who meets him and has a chat with him, ask him about how was the entire sales process, what has been his experience, did he face any issues, does he have any suggestions to improve what we're doing? These are very important to connect with this customer. And he may open up and say, look, I was not very happy with the way the test driver was given to me. He didn't come in time. The car was dirty, whatever. Now, once he gets it out of his system and you give a very positive response rather than being defensive, customer feels happy about it. He said, I've spoken to this guy. He will take care of it. He gets that load out of his mind. Very, very important. Many times, nobody meets this customer. He takes the delivery of the car. You think he's very happy. He will never even turn back after that.
Yeah.
So
also,
having a senior...
It could also affect the after-sales review.
Absolutely, 100%. He doesn't even come back for to the same service, to the same dealership for service. True. So having someone senior talking to him and tell him, look, sir, we look forward to you coming to us for your service requirements. Anytime, anything issues, please call us up. We're always here to help you out. Now, these words of assurance is very, very important. So not meeting a customer, because I really found that many senior people are very reluctant to meet a customer. Worried, customer will ask for something. Why? I think if he's got a complaint, it's good that it's been been directed at you, and you can resolve it rather than it coming back in a different way and in a way that's going to be damaging to the dealership. So I think there should be somebody. And I remember personally, in the days that we are small, I met every customer at the delivery, and it was a great learning experience. And also, those are people who stayed with the dealership throughout for many, many years, simply because of the fact they connected well. So, importance of the senior person meeting cannot be undermined. That's something very, very important. Then, of course, the delivery process. Now, if it is some special occasion like somebody's birthday, the customer's birthday, or wedding anniversary, etc., we must know about this. Maybe a cake is cut, etc. These are things that adds to the customer's feeling of being looked after. His delight really goes up. So the car is delivered, and thereafter, once the delivery process is over, is explaining the car. Now, this is very important. What's to be kept in mind is there are certain features that this particular car has got, which the customer's current car doesn't have. These must be explained. There are many times customers who will say, no, I'll read the book, etc., owner's manual. They never do it. So spend 15 minutes. If there are accessories fitted in addition to whatever is there, that must be demonstrated to the customer so he knows everything is working. If there are some special features, that must be explained to you. Spend a little time that the customer feels happy about. This whole thing of demonstrating the car is something that we should not miss out. If you miss out, then customer is not aware of certain features which he might come to know much, much later. So I think that must be there. And the last part is to make sure that when he's leaving, because I've seen sometimes in the showrooms, customer's car has been, puja has been done, delivered to the customer, demonstrated, and then he's hanging around there looking at the car. Nobody's there. No, very important to make sure till the time he leaves the premises, the sales consultant and the team is there, so that he doesn't have any doubt. He's about to leave, then he realizes something, nobody's there to help him out. So you must see him off. That's very important. Now, if you follow these processes, very simple, but they're very, I would think more of common sense. If you do this, you have a delighted customer, a customer who will become a loyal customer, a brand ambassador. And that's all that we need. Because when you're selling a car, it's not just selling a car, it's selling a relationship. Actually passing on a relationship, which actually transcends into more referral inquiries and more sales and more relationship with the customer. So this is something that we must keep in mind.
And so, yes, so that's how you should look at the delivery. Thank you, Commander, and everyone for watching. And we will see you in the next one.
Thank you and namaskar.